Alright, what's up? Ferrooot here. It's gonna be my review of Borderlands 3. It's not really scripted, so there might be some mumbles and stuff. But, yeah, just be my honest opinions. I really like this game. I've played it for around 80 hours now. Highly recommend it. So yeah. I'll try and put some opinions in that I haven't really heard too much, just like suggestions, like thoughts about the game, yeah, let's just get right into it. So, there won't be music in this video, but that'll be my first positive. I actually really like a lot of the music in this game. We've got a lot of good tracks, lots of like synth-wavy stuff. It's really nice. Especially on that one planet you go to with like all the skyscrapers and all that. Very nice. And I don't think I've talked about enough. It's gonna be a good soundtrack. So if you're into that type of thing, it's gonna be a good soundtrack. Next up, I mean, right now you can see the customization. It's very nice. I like all the different, how you can change the actual like body type and stuff. You can do that in BL2. And it's nice to have the option to do that. There's also just so many cosmetics that and the dynamic, like, iridescent skins are really cool. Let me know in the comments what you think about having these guns back. Next up, gotta talk about the movement. The movement's great. It's nothing like crazy, but you can slide, you can mantle, like a lot of places, and it really helps the gameplay like flow from place to place. So, like, you're never gonna be like, you can get to higher places, you can slide under stuff, you don't have to like go into crouch and slow down. The slide feels very slick. Can't tell if it's actually faster. I'm pretty sure it's still faster. But let's see. The level design is generally pretty linear. There are sometimes like little off-jumps, but it's not really worth like going to. Sometimes you'll find side quests in your actual level, but mostly it's just going to be like a little money or something. Sometimes there'll be absolutely nothing, which feels very bad. So it's linear. Exploration can be pretty. In general, though, the levels are very. I guess I said linear earlier. I shouldn't say linear. Sometimes they're just empty. Sorry. Wait, when you're getting away from main objectives. But in general, they're actually pretty open. You can't see that right now, but like, there's a lot of very cool open levels that just feel kind of massive, like almost like an open world game. Let's see. The side effect of this would be that you kind of have to use vehicles to traverse a lot of levels, which can be kind of boring. When you're in some characters, you can use a snowdrift to move faster than a vehicle, but in general it's going to be slow to get across the whole level, at least in the early game, if you're not using a vehicle. Got a good gun, so may as well talk about guns.
Great. I'm sure there's some people on the moon who didn't hear that.
The, like, ballistics feel super nice when you're, like, actually firing the gun. Like, it's very tactile almost, like, look, the little, like, pop. You got the nice, like, mag sounds, where it's emptier. The alternate firing mode thing is very cool. I wish that you could just reload the alt fire and just like consume extra ammo instead of having to like wait a bit to like have your ammo fill up again. But in general, it works really well, and I'm sure there's like balancing things that they have so in Borderlands 2. Iridium was used for storage deck upgrades, which could get very expensive, or like it made Iridium very useless once you didn't have them. In this game, it's used for rerolls, but the issue I have with that is, so there's an anointment system, right? The anointments are basically in endgame. Sometimes your gear will roll an anointment on it, 100% if you're above Mayhem 8 or something, and that will make it so it has a special effect. The only issue with that is that these effects don't apply to every Vault Hunter, and you can get a anointment that isn't specific to your Vault Hunter when you are playing as Vault Hunter. So like, I could be playing as Flak and I get like a gunner anointment, and that kind of sucks. It feels like a waste of Iridium when I have to reroll. Because sometimes you'll get a good roll on that gear, but then you gotta buy 250 Iridium reroll, and that's just like a ton. The Iridium farms aren't that lucrative where it's like effective. I personally ended up using a mod that made the Iridium rerolls cheaper, but I'm playing on PC and not everyone is, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, the Iridiums are definitely a big flaw.
My servants began to forge what was to become the most dreaded.
The Iridium reroll is definitely a bit of a flaw, and it's way too expensive. In general, the anointment system is fine. I don't like having to like basically roll for 3 things on a gun where it's like I need the good parts, I need the good element, and I need the good reroll, but I need the good anointment. But this makes the it's nice for me. So.
Did that one have a bounty? No.
You can see here. The recoil system is very nice. So in Borderlands 2, I'll probably put up some B-roll here that I got. Borderlands 2's recoil. It's very like, it kind of just like, your gun will just like go through and kind of go like side to side. And here you go up, right? And generally your crosshair will get a little wider to show the spread. So it makes it much easier to like, figure out how to shooting on the fly. Definitely feels better, much more modern. That's industry standard pretty much, but it's a huge upgrade. That makes you feel a lot. It makes it so much easier to get shots, and like if you have good accuracy.
I'll be there soon.
Instead of just kind of feeling like RNG. And that's not even to talk about how bad it is in Borderlands 1. Just like shooting a squirt gun, just like shoots randomly. There's also the nice like little shakes and like the pops whenever you're moving with your gun, which is just so nice. The endgame though, other than the Iridium economy and the elements, is very nice. I like that you can skip directly to the end, where like you can skip to mayhem levels and all that, where it's like scaling. In Borderlands 2, I never really got into the endgame because I never wanted to have to refarm gear and like at certain levels. Like THM used to play the story, which I don't like. Just having to like replay the same game over and over to, like actually get to max level. This game, you can get to max level only playing the story once. That's definitely a good thing, because I will discuss later, the story is not this structured. The legendary economy in Endgame feels right. Like you're gonna get a good amount of legendaries at higher mayhem levels. In Borderlands 2, as I said, I never really got into Endgame, but I've seen stuff where it's like every beat raid boss you get legendaries. It's like that's not a very good experience to have, you know. You want to have a decent amount of rewards once you're beating a boss. However, in the base game, the legendaries are way too abundant. I don't really know how to feel about this. I think it's a lot better now. Most bosses will drop a legendary, which is kind of nice. I don't really have a full opinion on this yet. It's like form. I think it kind of flip-flop back and forth. It can be good sometimes because it feels like rewarding for beating bosses, but it also kind of feels bad. It's like in general, going endgame, I really like it. I like being a boss and seeing a bunch of legendaries come out. Boss fights are here now. I think generally they're good. There's some lines that don't like this guy where he's literally just a bandit with health tool to AoE. But some highlights are definitely the like Valkyries for me. I don't want to take down free combat over like that. There's a good amount of the bosses like definitely feel like cooler to fight in this game than they did in 2. I know that's like kind of weird to like, say, I guess. It seems like a preference type thing, but you can definitely tell if you're playing it. Very good basic.
Crimson Raiders. You and Claptrap secure the area. I'm on my way.
Corner shooter's empty.
Guess we'll go to negatives now. I think that's about all the positives I have. Oh, sorry. I haven't played all the DLCs yet, but at least, Jackpot was pretty good. Kind of boring though at some parts. But Bounty of Blood is a really great DLC. I recommend getting it if you don't, even if you don't plan on getting any other DLC. You're gonna get like a ton of great weapons. You get the light show. You get the Unkept Herald. You get tons of good stuff, and it's got a really great story. I don't want to spoil it too much, but the ending, like the midpoint twist, sort of like surprised me. Oh, and then also, still on the topic of DLCs, I think having a 4th DLC skill tree is actually really nice. I wish that instead of, I wish they could have the 4 skill trees in addition to more Vault Hunters, but, you know, I think at least having the 4th tree is nice. Some characters is completely useless, like, Claptrap, or, I can see why that would be bad, but, on characters like, but then on characters like Zane and Mose, it's like kind of too powerful. I think on Amaro is nice. I need to finish my Amaro playthrough, but yeah. The 4th skill tree really brings a lot of real diversity to these games. It also makes it so you don't have to like replay the game to get your DLC content. Which is nice. Respects the player's time.
Cults destroyed every other Crimson Raider stronghold.
Alright, negative time. There's a lot of pacing issues in the story. You stay on 8 and 6 for like way too long compared to every other planet, and then there's like Athena's, which you stay on for like 1 mission. It only has 1 map on it, and that's a whole planet.
I'm Zane.
A
You're the
very
lady from my brain.
generally small planet. Just like I don't see why it was a main planet. It could have been an area on like
Welcome to the Crimson
whatever the like city planet is.
The doors are
That makes
dangerous.
sense to me at least.
Should equip it before we get.
But you know,
Let me know when you're ready.
they did what they did. For Mathenas, there's other issues. Whatever Maya's protege's name is a very annoying character. I guess she's like a teenager and supposed to be annoying, but it's just too much. you can write a character that's supposed to be annoying without having them be like actually like without having players hate them. You know? Like handsome guy is very annoying. He's like bugging you throughout the game, but like people love him because it's like he's not trying to. He doesn't feel like just so annoying.
More POV. Let's see what you got, recruit.
There's too many of them! We're doomed!
It's the Firehawk! The God Queen wants her head!
So, another thing with the full skill tree is it's kind of pay to win. It's like, I know it probably didn't cost them like a ton of like dev money as like the DLC Vault Hunters. That's like you're getting new voice acting, you're getting a ton of stuff like that. With these, you're just like adding a couple abilities that cost money to make, but so does like a lot of the free content they added, and I think it would have been better if they had just added the full trees as like free updates. But sadly, it's not the case. The story again, a lot of the writing is like pretty bad. There's a lot of moments that you can tell we're like supposed to hit super hard, but they really just don't because of how like there's not really music playing during a lot of dialogue, which it really goes a long way in emphasizing stuff. So there'll be like something that's supposed to be a huge moment, and just like no music and just silence. You're like, is this supposed to be big or is it just like a normal thing?
Now they're all under one banner.
The children of the vault.
Right. Come on, let's take a look around. The leaders of the
The raid bosses are kind of like skewed health-wise. It's weird. Like Minos, well, not Minos.
slaughtering anyone.
Whatever the raid boss is at the end of the Maliwan takedown, just doesn't feel like a raid boss really. Just kind of feels like a normal boss, like mechanics. But then you have someone like Horus, the Invincible, where it just like feels like way too much health. It's just to me, yeah, just like kind of weird. I think that's about it. A lot of people dog in this game for the story, but I think if you're playing a Borderlands game for the story, what's up, man? You're okay? You know, there's other video games, right? Like, if I wanted to play a good game for story or something, I play like Red Dead or something. I'm not playing Borderlands for that. It's annoying, obviously. But if you beat the game before and you've got a level or a character maxed out, you don't have to do the story again. If you're like me and you play at level 1, you can just tough it out. Like, I get the story is objectively like pretty bad, but it's really not that big of a deal breaker for a game like this, where it's like you're playing it for the gameplay. And yeah, I think if I were to say one reason you should buy Borderlands 3, it would be gameplay and also the free content that you can get without like DLC. It's like the only Borderlands game that you can get to max level without DLC, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I have a level cap increase for free updates. You have like so many cool things to do. You have like the Maliwan takedown, you have the Guardian takedown, that's probably worse, but still there. You got free seasonal events, which all come with raid bosses at the end. You've got all this free content, and it's really great. So this is probably the best Borderlands experience you can get for $3. Now if you can't get the DLC, I'd recommend getting just Bounty Blood and the skill tree one, I forgot what that one's called. Maybe the one with like the murder mysteries and Hemophorus, if you want some raid bosses and stuff. But yeah, I'd really recommend this game. And if you are on the fence over getting over BL2, I'd say so BL2, when I go back to BL2, because I want to replay the story, and I want to play as like Krieg. And I know Krieg will be done specifically, but like the story is really great in BL2. Now, if you just want to have a game that's like fun to pick up and play, and just like shoot some dudes for a bit, and like have a fun time playing the game, I'd get Borderlands 3. And if you want a game with if you want a game that you can play for like a crazy amount of time, for like months and stuff, just doing all like playing the story over and over and over on different character, on the same character, really just like grinding out that loot. And you really like the long grind. I recommend BL2. So yeah, I think that's all about it I have to say. You know, like, subscribe, share this video with a friend.